What up? What up? What up? And I'm back at it with another one. So I came across this YouTube video on on the homepage today, and it's about a very old black woman who's pretty much reacting to uh what Ebony Williams said about not settling for a bus driver. And it's unbelievable that we have people as old as this woman right here that's just giving very, very bad advice to our younger women. So we're going to go ahead and react to this video, and you guys going to get some of my commentaries, and also, of course, want to know y'all thoughts. So let's spin the block, see what you think. Let's go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Okay, today we're going to talk about settling. Don't settle. That's my message today. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Okay, now before we get started, I want to say welcome.
So I already knew immediately that this is the video I wanted to cover because she starts out with, of course, don't settle. So I was like, well, shit, we definitely gonna react to this because the majority of black women today, you're I don't know what y'all be thinking, but you're not settling. The majority. Let's go.
Welcome to all of the new viewers. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. And welcome to all of you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you being here. I want to thank you for your comments, for your letters, and for your donations. I really appreciate it so much. I have begun to answer your questions on this channel. So if you have any questions that you would like for me to answer at the end of the video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions. Now, let's get started with today's message. I pulled a video to start off with about settling, and I want you to remember how valuable you are. Okay, so let's look at this video, and then we're going to read a couple of letters and talk about it. Okay, all right, let's get started.
Women, stop settling for less.
Stop settling for less. Stop letting men come in your life and not reaching your standards. If they don't reach your standards, cut them off. Cut them off.
So we got another dude trying to take Derrick Jackson's lane. You know, once somebody that's at the top, when they fall, it's always gonna be somebody in the wing waiting to take their lane. You know what I'm saying? This is what this dude is. But this is gonna be quick on what he's saying. Let's go.
A lot of men, they lie. A lot of men, they come in, they sell false dreams. They hurt you over and over and over and over. We not doing that no more. We gonna set standards, and if you don't require these standards, you don't meet these standards, cut him off. Cut him off. You have to protect your heart. You have to stay true to your standards. You have to stop letting men come in with false dreams and lying to y'all and breaking your heart. You deserve better. You deserve better. So make a man require to treat you how you want to be treated. Set standards. Stop settling for less. Stop.
YouTube is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. Watch every out-of-market Sunday afternoon NFL game live.
Give me a second, y'all.
Okay, now in the video,
And before she starts, I want to say that I actually agree with pretty much everything he said, regardless, even though he's a panderer, he's a Derrick Jackson 2.0 pretty much, but everything he said in regards, and that was for the women, I actually kind of agree with as to pretty much on the reasons that he touched on why as to why. Those are pretty basic, and every woman, those are not really delusional thoughts. Every woman pretty much wants that. That's just basic and standard. Let's go.
you saw he was pretty strong in telling you that you deserve the best. You always deserve the best, and don't allow anybody to make you feel less than. I know I was listening to something today where a woman was saying that Strong, confident women are becoming more masculine, and that's not true. That's not true. To be strong and confident and to know your value can be as feminine can be. You see, a lot of people are mixing up femininity with being submissive and passive. That's not who we are. We are strong beings, intelligent beings, and we would not settle for less. Okay? All right. So let's look at one of these letters that came in. Now, this letter referenced an interview with a young lady, and Iyanla, I guess that's how you pronounce it, Iyanla Vanzant. Okay, and I don't want to go over whatever she said, whatever advice she gave. That's her advice. But now I'm going to give my advice on settling. And the question here was that the woman in the video stated she would only date a man if he owned the bus, not a man that drove the bus. I've always told you, ladies, never date down. Never date down. You understand? If this man driving the bus is a step up for you, then great. But if it's a step down for you, no, you don't want to do it. My question is, are women's standards too high? No, they are not.
Of course, I completely disagree. I mean, yes, every woman should have standards, but the problem is a lot of women don't evaluate themselves first to pretty much be honest and evaluate themselves first, which will pretty much give you a very honest outcome of where you pretty much fit in. You got people, you got the lowest of the value, the lowest of the low women shooting for the stars. I mean, it's like y'all got all these standards, but what, like, men are not supposed to have any standards? That's the thing. Like, I mean, that's what I don't get, and that's where this conflict and this huge confusion on why why lots of women are confused as to why they can't get a certain type of man. You just as some women who are the most gorgeous, beautiful, they always turn heads when they walk into a room. They know they qualify for those top tier men, and just like the same as for a man, we know what. I mean, just like the same thing as for women. I mean, for men, we know what we qualify for depending on how much money we make. We all have standards, and for some reason, women, mainly Black women, they've forgotten that. They just totally forgotten that. But let's spin the block.
Too high. It's just that men need to step up to the plate. You don't lower your standards to meet him. Your standards are your standards, whether he can meet them or not. And if he is not the person to meet him, just be patient. Another bus will be coming. Understand? So, and I make that analogy because I always say men are like buses. If you miss one, just wait a little bit because another one will be coming. And it's true. It's true.
Yeah, but how long are y'all willing to wait? I mean, this lady never says her age in this video, but I'm looking at her and she's easily anywhere between 60 and upper 70, late 70s years old. So, I mean, how late do you want to wait? Now, later on in this video, she's going to state that she had a couple of kids and that she once upon a time married and everything like that. But I would gather that, and I would make the smart assumption that currently right now she's totally alone. I mean, she doesn't state whether she's, has remarried since then or if she's in a relationship. But I'm going out on a limb and I'm thinking that she's not, just on the way that she's talking and in another video that I watched within the past couple of days, she never made any type of mention of her being in a relationship. So I mean, how long are y'all willing to wait? It's the question. Let's go.
Okay, let's see what else does she have here. Are successful women too masculine? No. No. Just because you are able to handle your business does not make you masculine. You understand? You're still a woman. You're still a woman. You're just using your gifts to create the life you want. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let people tell you that. People that say that it's too masculine is because men are becoming too feminine. That's the issue, not women becoming too masculine. You understand? Women have been forced.
So, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So you mean to tell me one is true, but the other is not true, that women are not becoming masculine, but men are becoming feminine? I mean, how does that work? I would say both is correct, especially here in 2023 with this LGBTQ movement that's been pressing so hard for the past, at least for the past 10, 12 years, that's just blatantly thrown on our face, forcing down our throats in every commercial, damn it, every show, every movie that we watch. We can't escape any type of LGBTQ gay activity going on. So, I mean, if more men are becoming feminine these days, which I agree, then definitely more women are becoming masculine because of the masculine roles that they've had to take on themselves, pretty much assuming the primary role of the primary head of the household. So, and then especially dealing on with certain type of jobs. Like, for example, if you're a woman who's a cop, you're definitely, and we've all seen woman cops on YouTube videos and everything like that. The overwhelming majority of them are leaning more to the masculine side on how they act. And that's just a fact. We can just pull up videos after videos and just see lots of women that some of them may be cute, but for some reason their mannerisms and their actions is quite masculine. Some are less masculine than others, but they have masculine traits that they exude when they're on these certain type of jobs. And that's just the fact of the matter is. And honestly, she says this, and she says it like she says that more men are becoming feminine, and that's the problem. But she says it's like society, mainly women, are a primary reason or a major cause of the problem. Like, nobody supports and advocates for the LGBT community like women do. Y'all do this way more than men. Women are pro-LGBT. It's like damn near is the majority of women in the United States are pro-LGBTQ. Y'all don't ever speak out about it. Y'all don't ever speak against this. Y'all don't ever say y'all don't want this, indoctrinating your kids' minds of this being right or anything like that. The majority of men, especially Black men, who are totally, the majority of us, we're totally against being gay and LGBTQ community. Simply because I don't want it to indoctrinate any of my children. I only have one child. I have a daughter, but people who have real strict beliefs, and especially if you're a real religious type person, we don't adhere to any type of that nonsense. And women are a primary and major cause of this, because a lot more women support that. They support the LGBT community way more than men do. But let's continue.
To do things that men used to do. But it doesn't make you masculine because you have to do these things. You understand? For instance, I raised my children on my own because the men did not step up to the plate. And I deserved more than what they were giving. You understand? So I decided to raise them on my own. But that didn't make me masculine. Because
see, this is a major problem in the Black community amongst Black women, especially when once upon a time when they were married. You heard it yourself. She said herself, she has 3 kids, and all of a sudden one day she woke up and decided that she thinks she deserves more when you had 3 kids with the man that you married to, when you took the vows of it's supposed to be for better, for worse, or for life or death. But yet one day she woke up just like a majority of women do. Either she may have leveled up or may have not. Because I've seen both sides. I see women level up, start making more money than their man in their marriage, and then all of a sudden they start thinking they're better and want someone that's more on their level because their partner is either not moving at a fast enough pace to catch up with her, or she doesn't want to wait, so she's out the door. Or I've seen broke women who think they just deserve more just because they're women and they think they're that fine enough that they think they can yield a man who's of greater value, especially in the financial department. So, I mean, it doesn't matter if the women are broke or if they have a little bit of paper, they still going to jump ship if they feel like they deserve a man who makes more money. And she states that herself. So she pretty much, this is how women are that selfish. A woman, the majority of women, she will love a man to death. She will have to give him all types of kids, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. And then one day, for whatever emotional reason, she'll just wake up and say, man, I'm getting tired of this. I'm tired. He's not interesting enough, or we don't do the same things, or I'm not happy, or I deserve better. I deserve a man making more money. And they'll be so selfish to, get a divorce, remove herself and those kids that she had with those kids' father, and rather be single. And then hopefully, they're hoping to meet another man who can pretty much leave off, but at a higher position and higher valuation than her previous partner, which is absurd and insane way of thinking. Because I don't understand why women don't think that once those kids come into the picture, that it devalues you. Like you're not as valuable as you once were when you were childless. But for some reason, a woman thinks they naively think that these kids, that's my future man who I want making more money and who's of certain type of value. These kids ain't nothing. He ain't gonna mind these kids. He ain't gonna see these kids. These kids ain't nothing to him. He'll have to take, if he takes me, if he loves me, if he wants to have me, he's gonna have pretty much accept my kids. And no, the overwhelming majority of men don't think like this. Kids is the last thing from a previous relationship. It's the last thing that we want to hear come out your mouth. Let's spin the block.
Because I had to learn how to use a hammer and a saw and a screwdriver and rake my own lawn or paint my own fence. Didn't it make me masculine? Understand? It made me know that I deserve the best. That's what it made me. Understand? And I would not accept a man who could do less. Why would I? Why would I? If a man came into my life that could not bring a benefit to my life, then I wouldn't need him. I wouldn't need him at all. But that does not make you masculine.
I agree with that. I mean, of course, nobody, male or female, they don't want to. Why would they want to get into a relationship, a long-term relationship with anybody if they're not bringing a separate type of benefit to the person's life? Nobody wants to be with someone who's going to be a liability. Everyone wants to be with someone who's going to be a benefit. But again, what I don't understand is why most women, they get with a man, they'll have his kids. They'll either have his kids first, don't get married, and then the relationship doesn't work out, and then she's trying to move on, through life and get into another relationship and hoping that another man takes it seriously. Or they'll, get married, do the, right thing, get married, have the kids, and then all of a sudden one day they'll wake up, like she just said. She thought that she deserved better, and she'll leave, take the kids with her, and now the kids they don't have a father in their life. And we all know the statistics of single mother raised children. It's totally selfish. This is totally selfish in my opinion, because you're just setting that kid up for failure every time you do this. all because you think you deserve better. Let's go.
I just wanted to make that clear to ladies because this is an intimidation tactic to bring you back and make you more submissive. Don't do it. Don't do it. You continue to go for your goals and create the life that you want. Okay. Okay. And don't look for a man to do it. Don't look for a man to do it. If a man comes along who's able to add to what you're doing, okay, then that makes sense. But not one that's come to take away from what you're doing. You don't want that. Okay. So now let's see what else is in this letter. Are women passing over quality and competent men due to their incomes? No. You do not want a man who makes less than you. Period. I don't care what they try to tell you.
So he's not a quality man just because he makes less than you. So let's just say, for example, if a woman is making $50,000 per year, and the man that she's with is making $43,000 per year, is that man of lesser value, or yeah, of course, yeah. She just said it, of lesser value simply because he makes $7,000 less than what the woman makes. I mean, that's pretty much what she's saying. So she's pretty much putting all of the value of a man and how much money he makes. Like, there's nothing else that a man brings to the table. None of that other stuff matters of the masculine qualities that a woman needs for her pretty much survival. None of the other stuff matters. It's just, if he doesn't make a certain amount of money, then he's not a valuable man. It's ridiculous. And this is why the majority of women are pretty much are lacking, are not getting married, and pretty much, quote unquote, not settling, being single until pretty much they die, essentially, because they think in their minds that they're settling if a man is making less money than them. No matter the fact that he may have other qualities that are greater in value in other places. He may be, very resourceful. He may know how to work on cars. He may know how to, he may have a few type of skills. But I mean, women have resort men to the only value that we have is how much money we make. Sad, man. And lots of families have been destroyed. Kids have gone without fathers in their life, destroyed simply because of that mental process. Let's go.
No, it does not work. The man would end up being jealous of what you're doing and try to hold you back from it if he's not stealing from you in the meantime. No, never date a man that has less. It's not a good idea. You'll end up feeling used. You understand? Feeling used. Why would you want that? And why do you need a man who makes less? He's not contributing to you. You understand?
Just because he makes less, he's not contributing? That makes no sense. Just because a man makes less than a woman doesn't mean that he can't contribute. Of course he's going to contribute, especially if y'all are living in this, under the same roof. I mean, it's just nonsense. Like, what do you think? He's just going to stay there for free? He's working, but he's not going to contribute to any of the bills or anything like that. That only a man who's making more. It doesn't matter how much more, as long as he's making more than he can contribute. Like you, lady, you're not making sense. And this is sad because she's old. Like, I don't know her age, but she's definitely easily anywhere between her 60s and 70s. And she's spewing this nonsense to the younger. And if y'all look at the comments, I might stroll through the comments a little bit later on, but if y'all look at the comments, she has a lot of followers. She got over 71,000 followers. And a lot of women, of course, agreeing with this bullshit. It's crazy, man. It's real crazy. And we just looking at her and her life, that she just seems to be very alone, her damn self. And we don't know how long she's been alone. And women are listening into this. I can't believe it. Let's go.
If a man cannot add to your life, then you don't need him. And I'm not talking about add to your life just in a sexual way. A sexual way is not adding anything. You can't spend it. You can't trade it. You understand? It's just pleasure. So you don't want to pick a man just for pleasure. You choose a man that can benefit he brings a benefit to your life. You understand? And if he doesn't, pass it by. That's my advice. And let's see if there's anything else in here that she wants to say. Okay, she's just saying that she would love to hear my thoughts, and there you go. Don't settle. Don't settle. And I don't blame this woman. What she has, and she deserves better than the bus driver, and she wants the bus owner, she has the right to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. So kudos to you. All right. Let's look at another letter. I am a 52 African American female. My friend set me up with her 50-year-old white coworker. We get along well. In fact, he is more into me than I am into him. He's an atheist and I'm a Christian. He has never been married and has no children. I have 3 grown children and I am divorced. He is very clingy and shows affection. Sounds good to me. I just need room to breathe. Okay, he's too feely and affectionate. Okay. On our first date, he looked great. On our second date, I cringed. Okay. Apparently, you represented to the first date, but now you're still meeting the representative. You still meeting him. Understand? Okay. He did not shave and had gray stubble on his face. Open-toed Jesus sandals with his jeans rolled up to a cuff at his ankles. Yeah, I can picture that. His polo shirt was stuffed in his pants. His large belly was very noticeable. I was turned off and embarrassed by his appearance. And he doesn't wash his hands before he eats. Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, this is good because this is what you do in dating. You observe. You observe. And I'm glad that you're doing this. I am very stylish and up to date with the times. I know this seems small, but I was offended that he didn't even shave. I don't blame you. I was asked on a date one time and the man came sloppy. I wasn't interested.
I would love to see how the girl looked, the woman looked, because if he came dressed to impress the first time and then the second time they went out, he came looking like pretty much like shit. I would like to see how she looked. Maybe for some reason, he got an impression when he met her that, oh, damn, she really ain't shit. Or I really shouldn't have to do much, or I don't have to do much, or pretty much dress all up every time I get with her because the way she's dressed or the way she acts or the type of company she keeps, or it could be a few reasons as to why a man, he went all out, or, he made an impression on you by how he's dressed in the first time, and then the second time he just came, dressed very, very casual, just dressed way down. Maybe trying to see if you can, if you like that the way he dresses when he's trying to be very relaxed. Who knows? But I would like to see how she looked and how she dressed that night, because that would give me more, something more to go on as to why he made the type of decision that he made. And she's already, and that's one. Well, I'm gonna let her finish. I'm gonna let her finish so I can make my point.
Interested in him anymore, because if a man does not feel that he needs to look his best when he's come to date you or to be with you or whatever, you don't need to be with him because he doesn't value you like that. He doesn't think it's important enough for him to go through some changes, to clean himself up, to be with you. And you don't want to be with a man who doesn't value you. Okay? Okay, more about him.
That's true.
He is short, bald, and fat, so he needs to dress neatly. I want to ghost him, but my friends say it is an easy fix because he has money. I hate to say it, but money is the motivator, and he will give me the world. Should I pursue this relationship? He's cool, but if he didn't have money, I would drop him. I think you should drop him.
Yo,
Don't.
first of all, this is like she said that the dude is 52 and she's 50. Why are you even asking this older woman? Yeah, she's older than you, but why you even have to ask these juvenile questions as to should you keep him or should you drop him? I mean, you're a grown woman. You're 50 years old. I mean, you're the one that's seeing this dude. You don't. It sounds like you want to drop him. So why are you seeking out for advice? I mean, is it just you just want to know what she would think? I mean, I'm just questioning it because I'm just like, you're a grown 50-year-old woman. I don't understand when, especially when you're at that age, why you're asking anybody else about what you should do in a relationship when you're the one who's actually living in the relationship. She doesn't know the ins and outs of what's going on and everything like that. She can't really make. I mean, I guess she can make an intelligent decision based off what you're telling her, but I don't even want to spend too much longer on that. I just find it funny that older, grown old ass ladies, 50 years old and above, is asking simple juvenile questions that little girls ask when they in high school and stuff like that. But yeah, you should drop him. This is another word. She says she's very stylish, which that is remains to be seen. But we know how Black women are, dog. They like when they go out, they like to dress to impress. They like to look stylish, look nice, look fine, look fly, and they want the dude that's with them out in public, pretty much mirroring them of how they dress. The female wants that man to be the masculine version of her, of how she dressed. She wants that man to be dressing to impress as well. She wants to make a statement. She wants all her friends to be like, ooh and ah. She wants other people who don't know her just, looking, they want to have all eyes on them. That's all women have ever wanted, pretty much when they, in a public setting. So it's not going to work. If he's all that, you just pretty much trashed the man. He dressed bummy, had his polo shirt all tucked in his pants, made it seem like it was all bundled up and everything, that he didn't shave and all types of stuff. So yeah, I mean, if he didn't dress nice enough to impress you the second time, then maybe he's not. I don't know. You said that he's more into you than him, but it don't seem like it. Who knows? But yeah, you need to go ahead and drop this relationship or whatever it is, situationship, because it's not going to work out. It's eventually going to dissolve itself out because you're eventually going to get tired of this dude. You're going to get eventually, going to want to stop going out in public with this dude if he doesn't, get it together. But she said, her friend told her to stick it out because, it's worth it because he got money. And that's all it's about. That's all it's about. It's money. It's funny because let's say if it's a black dude, same situation, but he can dress. But he can't dress. She would leave him in a minute. I think she's giving this dude some grace simply because he's white and maybe because he may be an easy take. You know what I'm saying? But let's go.
Hook up with a person for the sake of money. It's a trap. It'll be a trap for you. You understand? Number one, you'll be deceitful going into the relationship only because you don't care for the man. You just want the money. And you'll be looking at karma if you do that.
But hold on, see, I'm confused. You just told the last person to don't settle, and this is what this video is about: to never settle. And you pretty much gave the definition of settling as to, as a person who's making less than the female, as the male is making less than the female. That's what she keeps insinuating is her version of settling. So I'm confused as fuck. Like this doesn't make any sense. You're pretty much telling females and young women not to settle on one hand, but on the other hand, you're telling her don't get in a relationship or don't marry for the money. So I mean, that is the fuck. You're not making any sense, lady. Like seriously, you're not making any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Because isn't this what this video is about, for the female not to settle to get what she deserves from a man financially, or what they think they deserve financially, that they shouldn't date no one who's making less than them? I thought that this or that was your whole main point. Let's go.
You understand? And it won't be good looking at it if you do that path. Don't date people just because they have money. Date them, go out with them or get to know them if you care for them, if you feel like you can care for them. You can't change a person. I don't care if they have money or not.
My bad.
You understand? If you are meeting his representative now, I don't care if he is wealthy. If he comes like a slob, meeting you, I wouldn't deal with it. That shows that he doesn't not value you. See, it's about you, not about him. You want a man who would treasure you and would be excited about seeing you. You understand? You want a man that when he knows he's going to meet you, he comes with flowers. He wants to impress you. You see, if this man has money, he feels like the woman should be trying to impress him. And that's why he came any kind of way. If he truly has money, it's some men who feel like they are the prize. And you need to him.
And that's the problem. I mean, the man who got money has options. I mean, she says she wouldn't do it, but we know women, they're going to do. If a woman really knows that man, especially if she's attracted to him, if she's highly attracted to him and he got money, yeah, she's going to impress him. That's weird, man. I don't get it. I don't care what women say, because I judge and base them based off their actions. And just in my life, it's happened to me plenty of times. So you can't tell me that a woman doesn't do things or certain things to try to press a man to get him so that she can pretty much insinuate to him that she's his best option. Women do that all the time. And especially if he's a high value man or making money, pretty much checking every box, that you got in your category, man, if you be a fool, if you're not trying to impress this man, like you be a fool, you just think he just supposed to just notice you and just be like, you're so great amongst all the others that he's just gonna, pursue and go after you. Now, don't get me wrong. When a man wants something, especially a woman, he's definitely going to go after her. But the thing is, it's like that's what every woman wants, and every woman is not that woman that a man is going to chase hard like that. Like, you got to be a drop dead gorgeous woman for a man of value who's got it like that to really pursue you like that. You got to stand out from the bunch. I'm talking about you have to be one of those 1 in a million type of females, and your average women, you're really not gonna get that, especially from the high value dude. It's not gonna happen.
Know your worth. Know your worth, and you deserve more than this. You understand? If he has money, he's not the only man in the world who has it. And plus, now this is the other thing. Who's to say he give you the world just because he has it? Who's to say that he will give you anything just because he has it?
Man, if a man got money and if he's really feeling and digging a chick like that, trust me, he's gonna spend. He gonna spend. Like, that's another thing. Like, men do spend. Like, and women know this as well. That's why they cater and everything that is, pretty much on IG these days and everything far as OnlyFans, and then men spend. We don't want to keep their pockets. We don't want to pretty much, indirectly pay their bills, because men spend on women far as pictures, anything sexualized. Men spend tremendously on that. And if he's really trying to show you that he's the one for you and what he can do for you, and if he's really thinking you that chick, then yeah, he's going to spend. That's never going to be a problem. It's just, again, are you that chick that man really wants like that, that's going to make him do all that? It's the question.
Did he give you anything on the date? Did he make you feel like you were special and that he would provide for you and whatever? I don't see it in the letter. You understand? Let me tell you something. Don't assume because a person has money that they're going to share it with you.
True.
I've met a lot of men with money before that didn't want to share, didn't want to give you anything. You understand? You can't go with that. You can't go with that. You want a man who's willing to cherish you and treat you like a queen. You deserve that and no less than that. You understand? So on this one, I would say drop him. I would say drop him because you don't care for him.
That's the thing. She says, she makes it seem like that every woman deserves to be treated like a queen. I mean, yes, every woman may feel and wants to be treated like a queen, but honestly, like she just said, especially if you in her situation, that's why she's reaping what she sowed. You had 3 kids with your husband. All of a sudden, you woke up one day and left him because you thought you can do better and that you deserve better. But lo and behold, we see how your life is pretty much phasing out, and you're single, old, and by yourself. And you took the father, the top father of your kids, you took him away from them. And we don't know the upbringing of those kids and everything, and how their life turned out and everything like that. But again, it's just the selfishness for me, and you're reaping what you sow. Like, so this just brings it back to, she says she thinks all women deserve true happiness and everything like that. And yes, that every person should want some type of true love or happiness or whatever you desire in life. But karma is a bitch. If you were already married and had your first set of kids with the man that you were married to, and then you left him all because you think you can do better, pretty much no other reason, man, you don't deserve a second chance. Like, if you don't get it, if you don't ever get married again, that's good for you. And men, like, every man that you meet after you're divorced, they pretty much dodge the curveball. They dodge the bullet because of the decision you make. Like, who's to say that you wouldn't do that to the next man? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Not every woman is not deserving of. Every woman is not deserving of this pure blissful lifestyle, especially if they done something previous in their life as to, relating to what they want, and they messed it up due to their own actions. Like, you'll never get as high as your husband, ex-husband, or baby daddy. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you never will.
money or no. And I wouldn't care what my friends say because they're setting you up to use this man. That's what your friends see. Use him. He's got money. You ain't got to like it. You understand? If you do that, you would end up paying for that. You know, the same thing happened to me when I was young. And I met this man through a girlfriend. And she told me, yeah, he got money. I ain't like him. I didn't like the man. He got money and he'll do all these things for you. I was young and didn't know any better, and definitely was not spiritual. And I went with this man. You understand?
All I heard when she said, and I definitely was not spiritual. All I heard was I was for them streets. That's all I heard. That's all I heard.
And he did a lot of things for me. He really did. He did a lot of things for me and treated me well. And that's why I stayed with him. But I didn't care for him at all. And in the meantime, being with him, I was looking for somebody I could care for, which means that I was just using him for the benefit. And believe me, all the jewelry and things that he bought for me and everything, I ended up, when that karma wheel came around, I ended up losing it all. Losing it all. You understand? You can do not use people is the message. Don't settle. Don't use people either. You understand? It's very important that you understand that message because this is for your better good. Your better good. Don't do anything to other people that you don't want done to you. You understand? Now, if there's a chance that you could get to know this man and like this man, well, you can date him and try to get to know him, but don't use him. Don't just be with him for his money.
I mean, essentially everybody gets used in one way or another though. I mean, I understand what she's saying. I definitely understand where she's coming from, but like pretty much, don't lead them on as to like, I guess if you want more, you really don't. But trust me, I'm pretty sure that he didn't do anything that he didn't want to allow, that he won't allow you to do to him. I'm pretty sure that, especially men with money, we don't really do too many things that we don't really want to do. So, I mean, I'm saying me, like I'm paid like that. I definitely ain't broke, but I ain't rich. I'm not clocking over six figures. I just want to be completely honest. Let's go.
Okay, that's the idea. All right, let's move on. Let's go to another letter. This is widowed and divorced. All right. I am sick. This is a young lady again. I am a 62-year-old woman. I have been widowed.
Hold up. 62? This is not a young lady. What the fuck is going on? Are we black women? Are y'all this delusional? Please tell me I don't think 62 is young. Come on now. 62 is not young. You're pretty much a senior citizen then. Come on, we need to stop playing 62. You like about to cross over into 70. We need to stop being delusional. It's ridiculous. Let's stop. Damn, come on, what's going on?
For almost 2 years now. I haven't been interested in any male company until now. I have met 4 men, 2 who are narcissists, 1 who I was simply not attracted to, and 1 who I know for a fact would be the one. You say,
What are the chances that out of the 4 men that you messing with, 2 are narcissists? Black women just use that word. They just throw that word around too loosely. Like they frame and picture any man who's of any real stature and really got something going on in his life, has standards, values, and has some type of structure, and who's driven as narcissists. But whatever. Let's go.
you know for a fact that he's the one. Okay. If it were not for his being separated and in the process of a divorce, I told him that technically he was still married, even though they hadn't been living together for 2 years. And I was afraid I may become too emotionally attached. You're absolutely right. But he asked that we talk anyway. We talked every evening about everything. He is 64, tall, and I think he is very handsome and quite sweet. We talked for almost a month, and it seemed that we hit it off very well. He showed interest in wanting to establish a closer relationship with me, and I with him once he was divorced. You kept making that point, once he was divorced. We both grew up in the same city and attended the same church when we were younger. So we know each other and where we come from. Okay. Our conversations were very promising, and I thought there was a chance of us eventually getting together on a deeper level after his divorce was final. He mentioned he wanted the same thing. However, after a few weeks, his wife began to contact him about the divorce settlement. Initially, he told me that he would be divorced by the end of the year. However, it occurred that it was happening sooner than he expected. We had begun to get very close in our conversations, and so he shared with me that she had asked him if they got back together, would she still be able to see her boyfriend, who was her ex husband and who she left him for. He assured me that it would never happen, but my gut told me that this was messy and he may have a change of heart. I needed to tell him to contact me once he was divorced. Okay, it's good.
It do sound kind of messy too. And she said she was 62. God damn, y'all still. That's again. I mean, I know this this issue isn't this woman's issue, but this dude's issue with his current wife or ex-wife, well, his wife, because they haven't been divorced. They're not divorced yet, but it's all this drama, all this going on. Y'all 62, like, God damn, I don't know what's gonna kill y'all. I don't know if old age or the drama who is gonna kill y'all first. Like, it's just damn. You would think that once you get to a certain age in your life, especially 60, over 60, you would think that you really pretty much the drama is pretty much little to nothing. Like, you just chilling into your final days. You ain't really got no drama like that, nothing. But I guess this old dude, and it's like, damn, you 62. Why a divorce at that age? I mean, at that point in your life, why? It's like, why? It's that bad? The hell? But let's let her finish.
It's good that you're steadfast, that you don't want to start a relationship because it can be too messy. And plus, he's still in contact with his wife. And there's a reason why he has not finalized the divorce. He's probably wanting her to come back. You never know.
Yeah, he
You
ain't
never
trying
know.
to pay alimony. Shit. He ain't trying. Look, I don't think at that age, you're not really trying to get a divorce because you don't want to pay alimony. He would be on who knows how much he's pulling in with pension doing and all types of stuff like that. But he ain't really trying to pay the alimony out. We don't know if his intentions is being sincere with this lady or not. You know what I'm saying? He probably leading her on or no, well, because he's a pastor, so we know that all pastors ain't living right. But who knows, man? You got pastors be doing slick stuff these days. You know what I'm saying? Like this may be all just a game. He may be just be gaming chick. Probably told her some BS about not wanting to have sex early. We gotta wait till we get married or something. Because I think she alluded to that fact. But that's just all a game. Eventually they'll hit you with the me and my wife really had it out, and I don't want to be alone tonight, and I need to see you and everything. Then he'll make a move, and you know what I'm saying? It's like it's all a game. We don't know what to believe in the story, but she almost done.
Know what his reasons are. Okay. I know how these things can go. We agreed, and so we parted ways until he could work on himself and get this all settled. It's been 5 weeks since we have been in touch, and I miss our conversations and the prospect of our getting together. But I dare not contact him. Yeah, don't contact him. You're absolutely right. Leave it alone. I've been out with a couple of men who I just didn't have any attraction to or interest in. I am trying to keep my options open, but he is always on my mind. I know it's not love.
I ain't even finished with that because I think, and that's the last question that she answers, and then like she doesn't really get into too much after this. But this is just pretty much the gist of this lady's, channel. She talks a lot about not settling and everything like that, and pretty much, it's a channel that's geared to women, trying to keep women in good, good beliefs, and you have a good spirit, and don't lose hope type of commentary. But this is nerve wracking, man, and it's sad to see this very old lady who's giving out advice, horrible advice. Actually, the advice is just horrible to younger women who are actually listening and taking heed, and even sending her emails, asking her questions, wanting her advice. It's just like these are the elders who are leading the younger generations, and they're not doing a good job at doing it. The black women in our society are, it's just, y'all need to leave the teaching to the males, man. I guess you can share with people, younger people, your opinions on things and what you did in life, so they know what to do and what not to do and stuff like that. But it's just bad advice you're giving to women, because the thing is, like, you keep saying it's settling, so you keep saying not to settle, and you make it seem like this only applies to women. You don't think that men think the same way? No man wants to settle for, just your average low down, run down chick. Like, for real. And that's the thing. And that's another thing. That's the thing I talked about in, I think, one of my last videos, where settling for us to a woman, I mean, shit, if a woman's making less than me, y'all say that's a settle for y'all. Is that a settle for, does that equate to a settle for a man? You might as well go ahead and say, yeah, because if I'm making, let's say if I'm making $100,000 per year, not saying I am, but let's just say I'm making 100 G's per year, and I decide to date a girl who's making 30K. Is that I'm settling, ain't I? I mean, I'm willing to date a woman who's making way far less than me, can't really do not nearly the things that I can do with my income. That would allude to the fact that I'm settling. And if a woman has kids, y'all, I don't understand why women hate to hear this, but this has been known since pretty much the beginning of time, that devalues you tremendously. If I decide to get with a woman, with kids already, then I'm settling. So it's like women don't want to settle, neither do men. We don't want to settle either. So the question is, how can the man and the woman find some type of common ground and remember to just simply get in where they fit in? And honestly, I believe a little bit more than half of the population still operates in that way. A lot of people still know where they, where they fit in at, and they're going to, maneuver through life and pretty much get in and where they fit in. So all this nonsense about never settle. I mean, I get it. I got a daughter. I don't want her really messing with, certain types of archetypes of type of men, because I want her to, strive for the best, just like everybody wants to strive for the best and have the best in their life. But I'll be able to evaluate her a lot more and be able to reason with her and, be a lot more honest as she gets older or when she's in her adult years as to, if I think her standards are very, very high, or are they at where they need to be, or are they a little bit low? People just need to start being honest with themselves again. And that's what's been lost, especially with women for the past, really 2 to 3 decades now. Every woman think they deserve better when, with some of y'all, lots of y'all don't really deserve it. I mean, well, nobody deserves anything. Nobody's deserving of anything. You have to work for everything that you have and that you want to achieve and obtain. If it's money, relationships, respect, everything in life that you want, you have to work towards it. And that's another thing that women just seem like they forgot. Lots of women seem like they forgot. They just expect to get something of higher quality, of higher value, just because they think they are, just because of who they are. And we're like, who are you? Why are you? What separates you from that woman, or that woman? Like, I don't understand why women have these. Why women they're just so great, and that a man, the highest man of the highest quality, should just be, dropping to their knees and begging to be with them. Like, what man is like? I saw this post on Facebook. It said, "You want me to chase you just so I can pay your bills?" Yeah, okay. It's like, it's just like, it's the mentality, really. And I mean, that's what it is. Y'all want men, especially men who's making a lot of money, to pursue and chase you, only to pay your bills and take care of you. And like, what world do we live in where that makes sense? Like, who's doing that, man? Nobody's doing, unless you're top of the shelf, top notch, straight 10, flat out dime type looking chick. I'm talking about when you walk in that room, every nigga, damn it, every dude is looking at you. They're the only ones who qualify for that type of man. The majority of people in this world is average, and that's all right. And I don't understand why average people think they deserve, and that's the key word, to think they deserve somebody who's of higher quality, higher value. It's just mind-boggling me. I mean, but yeah, well, of course, we all want the best. The difference between men and women is men know that we have to work if we want to be the best, or to get the best, to obtain the best. Women, they just think it should just be given to them. But that's my thoughts. That's my reaction to this lady's video. Her name is Miss Faye's World. She has a lot of subscribers. And yeah, she's out here giving this badass advice out to our younger women, man. And the cycle is just only going to continue and go down the drain. But, well, I say that, but I really think and believe everything will smooth out, even out, because women truly, I mean, a lot of this stuff is just lives online. There are still lots of women out there who know that, once they reach a certain age, by the time they get to a certain age, they really do start thinking, well, I think I need to reevaluate my standards, or, my boxes, and see if I'm, tripping on this, or this is a little too much, so I can finally, get me a man, because I am getting up there. I'm not going to look beautiful and young forever. So I do want to get someone where I still can, and, hopefully grow old with someone, and someone have some type of companionship, love, loyalty, everything like that. and they'll eventually get in where they fit in. Because I see it, I've seen it, and I still see it to this day all the time. So, like, comment, subscribe. I want to know, y'all thoughts on this video. With if y'all think this lady's right on so many things, if she's wrong on some of the things. Just tell me what y'all think, man. I'm out. Peace.